City Live.
Latifah, and you're watching CTV on the Higher Learning Network.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Cell Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naimah Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.
Grand Rising, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, the stressologist. Any stress in your life? Well, most of us do. Unfortunately, we don't know what to do with it. Stress, especially as it relates to worry. I was once a worried about everything, and I finally figured it out with some training. Yeah, I've been certified with the American Society of Training and Development, National Speakers Association, and a host of others. But none of those organizations helped me stop worrying. They just gave me validation for the public to see what credentials I have. So the credentials I have now are from life experience, and I've learned how not to worry. And you can learn how not to worry too, because it is indoctrinated in us to worry. We don't have the answers, so we think the worst is going to happen. Well, I got a solution to that, and that is the Worry Workshop. So I'm going to put it up for you on my blog. Why do you worry when you don't have to? Go to my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com, and you can sign up right there and find out how you. And remember, sharing is caring. If you care about yourself and your loved ones, help them see their way out of a mess. Give them the gift. It makes a great birthday gift. It makes a great holiday gift. So instead of running to the store getting something that they really might not need, give them a worry-free life. Give them the gift of a worry-free existence. And thanks for sharing. Make it a great day.
Around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Aston Wasana. In Ghana, Aquaba. In Nigeria, Paleo. South Africa, Salbona. In Senegal, Nangada. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. And may peace be upon you all.
Don't worry, you are not alone.
Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, the female community. Monday, 7:30 to 9 a.m. Be sure to send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, visit ZeldaSpeaks.com and send us your info. We'd love to have you. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness spiritual coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moments for the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to the next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. Thanks for listening.
Grand Rising, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks, and as always, we say thank you as we start your week off with the Mindfulness Meditation live at 7:15 a.m. It is Monday, September 18th. The month is almost over with. Where has it gone already? Happy Earth Day, birthday born day if you're celebrating a birthday, and we are celebrating it with you. And let us also keep in mind the sick and the shut-in, the incarcerated, those are who experiencing chaos and confusion all over the world. Let us keep them all in prayer because we all need some prayer, okay? Today's topic, broadcasting live from Seoul, Korea. Our executive producer, Naimah Latif of OnAirEverywhere.com. And the media connection is in Seoul, Korea this morning with the HWPL Peace Conference. And she'll be broadcasting live from there at 7:30. We'll have two principals from Lesotho. We'll have people from all over the world, but my guest today will be two principals that she met. And from Lesotho, a little place that I visited when I was in South Africa in 97. So it'll be interesting to talk to them. So we will be joined by them at 7:30. And if you're listening online and you'd like to comment, we'd love to hear your comments. You can simply type them in Facebook or YouTube page on Higher Learning TV show, as well as our social media pages. Did I say Facebook.com? Yeah, I did. Higher Learning TV show. And on my Instagram, Zelda Speaks, the number 2 and the letter U. And it's a Chuck Rillery thing. Y'all wouldn't know about that. Date myself, right? Okay, anyway. Be sure and check out Instagram page, and I'll tell you a little bit about that later. But right now, it is time for your traffic and weather update. If you are headed out and about this morning, traffic. Yeah, looks like make sure that I did it. Traffic sponsored by itex.com. If you are a business owner or entrepreneur in need of supplies or anything you can think of that you can buy anywhere else, big box, Amazon, anywhere, you can get it at iTex and pay barter dollars, not your hard-earned dollars. And you can get $100 to go shopping immediately if you mention the promo code ZELDA, Z-E-L-D-A. That's an old Rich Piggy joke. And be sure to get that $100 bonus. You got to use that promo code. You can go anywhere in the continental USA, Alaska, Hawaii, Mexico, Vegas, Caribbean, anywhere you can go. So if you're headed out and about today, low 60s, high 70s, I look forward to that high 70s because right now I'm looking at the clouds and they are not looking good. But anyway, it's still a good day. There is on Metro at 5100 South on the Yard, the Rock Island service has been delayed due to a police investigation, so expect delays there. No reported delays on the CTA. As we take a look at the Kennedy inbound, it is 47 minutes in, almost going on an hour there, 31 outbound. On the Eden's 31 in, 24 out. On the Eisenhower, your usual delays 29 and 24 out. On the Stevenson, there's an accident at 50th Street due to delays there, 31 and 24 out. On the Dan Ryan, there's an accident at 35th Street too. Expect delays due to police activity there. 20 minutes inbound on the Ryan, 15 on the outbound. On the Bishop Ford, the 130th Street is closed due to a water main break and some flooding there. So expect delays if you're on the Bishop Ford, 19 in, 13 out. And DuSable Lakeshore Drive, it's 9 minutes and 12 out. And that's your traffic and weather, sponsored by Karen Kelly at Vitex.com. Remember to use that promo code ZELDA in order to get your discount. Use the promo code to get that $100 to go shopping right away. And be sure and check out diabeticdonut.com if you are one of the people who have been overeating a little bit too much. It says 1 in 4 people have diabetes. Did you know that? I did not know that. The numbers have increased exponentially. So go to diabeticdonut.com and download the free information there, because I had diabetes, and if I can get rid of diabetes, anybody can. But let me tell you this, it's not a quick fix. It took me like a year to do that. So when you go to diabeticdonut.com, you'll see the free download. But in the meantime, in between time, let us give you your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And it says, Monday, September 18th, courageous conversations. When you participate in any conversation, it is up to you to decide if you will add value to the exchange. Will you inspire, spark thinking, support healing? Or will you be an instigator that provokes contention, multiplies hurt feelings, or diminishes someone else's cry to be seen and loved? Courageous conversations call for me to be open, selfless, grounded in truth principles, loving in words and body language. It requires a listening heart, a closed mouth, and creating space for honoring and healing to arise. When I operate from this space, the Holy Spirit shows up as intuition. I love that. Shows up as intuition. How many of us ignore our intuition? Courageous conversations call for me to be open, selfless, grounded in truth principles, loving in words and body and language. It requires a listening heart, a closed mouth, and creating a space for honoring and healing to arise. When I operate from this space, the Holy Spirit shows up as intuition and orderly knowledge. There is an exchange of ideas, a tolerance for shared humanity, and a flow of tender compassion. God, may I be slow to judge, quick to apologize, and let go for a greater good. What the Lord says, that is what I will say. Numbers 24 and 13. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation from Mike House. And I hope you enjoy that and share it with someone, because I certainly enjoyed sharing it with you this morning. And I'd also love to share with you Monday morning mindfulness meditation. Are you ready? Well, let's get ready. How about that? Alrighty now. So it is 7:12. And we are a little bit, excuse me. Reminder to set those DVDs for the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19. And 24/7 on the World Wide Web on Higher Learning TV show. And if you are, on social media, Instagram, to be exact, you probably know about the Homeless Project. Well, just in case you don't, let me tell you just a little bit about it. The Homeless Project is a result of my little brother, Douglas Robinson, being murdered in Tent City. And all these people showed up, homeless people, unhoused people showed up at his funeral. And I did not know that there were so many homeless people till I started doing the research. And as a result of that, this is what I discovered. They're in need, and we can't wait on the government because the government doesn't care. You see, we got all these immigrants over here, and not hating on anybody, I'm just stating facts. And they can find housing for them, but they can't find housing for the people that are already here. Something just is not right with that. I don't know. It just don't sit right with me. Anyway, so if you go to our Instagram page, Instagram.com /HLN-homeless-project, you will see this video here. Actually, you'll see a lot of videos. And this is Naimah. She's in Korea this morning. She, as you can see, at the airport, she was picked up. I just thought that was so cute. Yeah, she sent it. I had to share it with you. And if you go here to our page, you will see people are always donating stuff. We appreciate it.
Sneakers.
Oh, wow. Men and women.
Women's.
Oh, wow. What size is that?
Mostly 10 or 9.5.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Okay.
It was a lot of women out there today, so
it's over in 13 minutes anyway.
So courtesy of Val Cersei Cox.
Val,
We
look.
appreciate ya. All righty, so those are my Big Wiz buddies out in Glenwood. So if you go to the page, you'll see a whole lot more there for the Homeless Project. We're always accepting donations in order to help feed them. So that's what you'll see when you go there. But there's a morning detox there. I thought you'd appreciate that. And just go to the page, you'll see. You will see there are pages there. You'll see them there. Okay. I just thought I'd share that with you. So, but right about now, it's time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. So be sure and check it out. Oh, and taxes, tax deductible donations, might I add. And they're always in need of food. And winter's coming, so they're going to need blankets and heaters and generators and all that kind of good stuff. So tax deductible donations via higherlearningnetwork.org to help them get prepared for the winter. And also to feed them. Thank you for your donations and keep them coming in because we go over there every Thursday, Thankful Thursday. And we haven't been to the food pantry in going on 3 weeks now. Well, this Thursday will be the third week. So I wasn't able to get them food from the pantry, but due to your donations, I was able to get them some McDonald's and some White Castle and some all that good stuff. So, because it's no fun when you're walking around hungry. You are irritable. You are just not yourself. So thank you. Keep those donations coming in. But right now it's time for your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And you know what that means. It's time for you to get quiet and let us practice breathing. Why do we need to practice breathing, Zelda? Because if you love yourself, you'll take the time to do the breathing exercise that will help you in times of chaos and confusion. So we simply begin the process just by stretching. Oh, yawning and just moving this morning because, we slept 6-8 hours and all that fluid build up and the organs are still in rest mode. We want to wake them up, let them know we're up this morning. And things need to be moving. We need to be agile and flexible. 88-year-old lady told me, body in motion stays in motion. So we want to stay in motion. So we just moved this morning. So we begin the process by simply breathing in, hold it, and breathing out. through the mouth. Okay? And from time to time, you'll hear this. And it's simply a reminder to focus, because the mind will wander on your to-do list and the places you got to go and people you got to call and all of that. So it's just a reminder. So we'll begin the process by simply breathing in. Hold it. And exhale. So let us breathe in faith through one nostril. That way you'll get the full effect. Hold the other nostril, blow it out. Got that? All right, let's do it again. Inhale and hold your finger. Inhale deeply. That forces you to take a long, deep breath so you can feel your chest expand. Hold the other nostril, blow it out. Once more, inhale deeply. Hold it. And blow it out. However you breathe. It really doesn't matter if you hold your nose or not, as long as you're breathing. That's what's important. So as you continue to breathe in and breathe out, pay me no mind. Simply close your eyes. You should not be looking at me, but the inside of your eyelids. You're just breathing in and breathing out. And listening to my voice, of course. And following the flow of energy that is coming from the breath as we breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. Once more, breathe in. Hold it. And exhale. Once more, let's breathe in together. Hold it. And exhale. And just continue to breathe in and breathe out. Giving thanks for the power of the breath that will calm us in chaotic situations and circumstances where we are being attacked mentally, physically, emotionally. We simply breathe in, hold it, and we breathe out. This time, let us bring all the energy of that breath up through the body. Hold it. And we allow the energy to move down through the forehead, the face. And as we breathe out, it relaxes the energy on the shoulders. Breathe in. And rotating those shoulders, breathe out. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, sending more love, light, and energy down through the solar plexus and the chest and the sides. As we continue to breathe in. And as we breathe out. Breathe in. Sending more love, light, and energy down through the breath, through the hips and the thighs and the knees. And feel free to rub on any part of your body that calls for your attention. And sometimes it's my knees. And I give thanks for the ability to release and let go of any and everything that is not conducive to my well-being. As I breathe in. And as I breathe out, sending more love, light, and energy down through the legs and the ankles and the arches and the instep and the heels and the toes. Wiggle those toes on the top and bottom of the feet as we breathe in. Bringing more energy back up through the feet, through the ankles and the arches and the legs and the knees as we breathe out. As we breathe in. Bringing the energy of the breath back up through the legs and the thighs and the back and the buttocks and the hips as we continue to just breathe. Feel the air moving through your lungs as you have life and breath as we breathe in. Bringing the energy back up from the lower extremities, back up to the arms and the shoulders as we stretch and stretch. And stretch and give thanks for the power of the breath. As we continue to breathe in, giving thanks for the power of the breath as it moves, thinks, and has its being in, through, and around us. as we move and think and breathe as we breathe in and as we breathe out. Once more, breathe in. And this time, as you breathe out, bring your head down, chin to chest, and slowly rotate that head to the left. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You should just be getting to the back. And slowly bringing that head around to the right. Slowly, slowly, and back around to the front. Does that feel good? Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your head down, chin to chest, and slowly rotate the head to the right. Slowly bring it around to the back. Slow down and feel that stretch of the neck as you bring it over to the left-hand side and around to the front. Head up. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale once more. Hold that breath. And look to the left as far as you possibly can, feeling a stretch in the right side of the neck. That feels good, doesn't it? And as you exhale, blow it out. Inhale deeply. Turning your head to the right as far as you possibly can, feeling a stretch in the left side of the neck. Yeah, that feels good. And exhale. Inhale once more. Hold it. And exhale. As we continue to breathe in and breathe out, we give thanks for the power of the breath, because someone somewhere is on a respiratory tube of some kind. They may have tubes in their mouths and their nose, and look at you breathing all on your own. What a blessing to be breathing on your own. As we breathe in, hold it, and blow it out. As we continue breathing in and breathing out, we give thanks for this body that does the work all on its own. We don't even have to think about breathing. We simply breathe in, hold it, and exhale. We give thanks for the brain sending signals to the heart, liver, lung, spleen, spine, our pancreas, our kidneys, our intestines. Oh, yes, Lord, our intestines. As we breathe in, we give thanks for all the systems that are working. Digestion, assimilation, and elimination. Because, you know, some of y'all constipated. Get you some Nopalina. You'll be just fine. Just need some fiber, that's all. Inhale deeply. And exhale. And that is your Monday morning mindfulness meditation. And that is something that you can practice on your own in times of chaos and confusion. You simply start breathing. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. But you know what? You just keep breathing. Because as you breathe in and breathe out, you are sending signals to the body that you are just fine, just like you are. There are no problems in your immediate vicinity because your breath has calmed the brain down. You are no longer in fight or flight mode. You are in calm mode. So as you breathe in and you breathe out, you activate certain genes within the body. And one of those genes is one of my favorite. It's the happiness gene. Yes, the happiness gene. So you wonder why you're walking around today and you feel so good. It's because you took the time to bathe yourself inside with your breath. And that's why you feel the way you feel. And we'd like to know, how you're feeling this morning. So you can post your comments on our YouTube channel, Higher Learning TV Show, or Facebook, Higher Learning TV Show. And if you are looking to get updates on everything we do when we're not here, you can text Monday Morning Mindfulness to 312-383-9749 for updates. And we can include you in that information. And if you'd like to have your message here on the show, we can make that happen too. If you'd like to sponsor Monday Morning Mindfulness, it's available. Simply email me at zelda@higherlearningnetwork.org. If you are wondering what we're doing when we're not here, we're producing a TV show, the Higher Learning Network TV show, which airs Tuesdays at 6, Wednesdays at 1 on Channel 19. And you can always go to my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com, and you can pull that information up, and you can see what's going on and what we do here on the Higher Learning Network. And we also have the Global Virtual Teen Talent Contest. If you're not familiar with that, we had some of our students at the Betty Shabazz International Charter School. They did their first podcast last week, and we'll show that to you later. But right now, it is 7:29. It is time for our first commercial break, and we will be bringing on executive producer Naimah Latif, where she is broadcasting live from Seoul, Korea. And we want to share that with you. So we will be right back after we tell you just a little about the Global Virtual Teen Talent Contest. And here, every last Saturday of the month. And if you have teens or a school or organization that you want to participate, you can have them email me. Or better yet, go to the website, higherlearningnetwork.org, and find that information there. But send a 1-minute video clip to hlntvshow@gmail.com with your name, your age, and your talent. What is it that you like to do? And then send another 60-second clip if you want to the with you doing whatever it is that you're doing. Sing, dance, act, choreography, paint, doesn't matter. Just send it to us. But here's a sample.
Attention all talented teens ages 13 to 19. Are you ready to show the world what you've got? We're excited to announce the latest global virtual teen talent contest, where you win cash prizes and scholarships by performing your unique talent. Here's how to participate. 1. Record a 1-minute video of yourself performing your talent. 2. Upload the video, link in description or comments. 3. Submit your video by the deadline. We're looking for a wide range of talents, from singing and dancing to magic tricks and comedy skits. So whether you're a musician, an actor, or a chef, we want to see your unique talent. The top talents will be selected by a panel of judges and will be announced shortly after. So don't wait, start filming, and good luck.
What if you could live to be 120 years old and remain active, healthy, alert, and vibrant? Our bodies are made up of cells that are constantly rejuvenating. So if we take proper care of ourselves, we can literally defy aging. Join us every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time to learn about self-care from Tucson Essentials on the Female Solution Blog Talk Radio Show. Learn how to help your body and your cells feel rejuvenated each day through proper nutrition, sleep, frequency medicine, and many unconventional methods of self-care. I'm Jody Susan. Join me and my amazing guests by calling in at 515-605-9325 and press 1 to speak. We'll help you achieve a breakthrough in your health today. Do you you want to live in a world without war? Join our global peace movement. Heavenly culture world peace restoration of life transcends culture, religion, ideology, and other boundaries to achieve peaceful harmony in the global society. HWPL is committed to bringing world peace and cessation of war through peaceful dialogue between religious groups. I am Director Shinsu Kim of HWPL Chicago branch of North America. Join us for our next gathering. Call 773-580-1501 and be a part of the movement for world peace. Email us at chicagohwpl@gmail.com.
Grand Rising. And thank you for joining us back here on The Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. We are broadcasting live from Korea. If you go to my blog, you'll see zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. You will see this banner here with my sister, Naimah Latif, and she is at the airport in Seoul, Korea. But right now, she's backstage. And I want to bring her in because she has our guest for the show today. And that will be some sisters from another country. So let us bring her to the podium. Our very own Naimah Latif. Welcome. Thank you, my sister. And my sister's in the background, live from South Korea. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Adjustment with the camera here.
Yeah, it's always something. I just want to show my sisters while you're doing that. I want to show them my hat from Lesotho.
Wow.
I went in 1997. I have not put this hat on my head but 2 times, and this is the second one. Oh, she's got it too! I love it! I love it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to keep it on my head during this interview. Oh, there's the words. I was looking for the words. Can you see the words right there?
Yes. Wow.
Oh.
You are our sister. Wow.
Yes. I love it. 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 I can't see her hat, Naim. We'll have her squeeze in there a little bit.
Okay, let's see how we. Yeah.
There she is. Yes. Does it have the Lesotho on the top too?
Yes.
I see it. Yes.
Oh.
I love it.
Authentic hat. Oh.
Authentic. Now, people who are watching who don't have a clue as to where Lesotho is, would you please explain to them, Naimah?
Okay, well,
introduce our sisters.
Yes, let me introduce our illustrious sisters.
Yes.
They are both educators, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself first. Pronounce your name slowly so our host can get it right.
Very slow, because I'm gonna write it down so I can enunciate. Thank you very much. Okay, my sister.
Name and the name of your school where you're the principal.
Myself.
Yes.
Okay. I am No Angelina Debeshe.
No Angelina Dabese.
Okay.
Yes.
S-H-E. Yes, Debeshe.
Debeshe.
Yes.
No Angelina Debeshe. Did I get that right? Close.
Yeah. No Angelina.
Not even.
Like, well, how do wait. This way?
Put it over,
Yeah.
put it over to the left.
That-
There you go.
Is this
Lie.
little- There we go. Can you see?
Hold
No.
on. I'm trying to make my screen bigger so I can see.
Mrs. No Angelina.
No Angelina. Debeshe. Yes, Debeshe. Angelina Debeshe. No Angelina.
Yeah.
No Angelina Debeshe. No Angelina Debeshe. I got it. Okay. And you're the principal of what school?
Morifi Community High School.
Okay, say that first word again.
Morifi. M-O-R.
M-O-R.
M-O-R-I. It's here.
Yes.
Marishi.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, got it. Wonderful.
You got it?
I got it, Naima. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Okay.
you got it.
Oh,
And our other sister over there to your right.
yes. So your name slowly.
Yes. I am Mrs. Jamina Nkalechi.
Mrs. Jamina
Nkalechi.
Nkalishi.
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 Yes, like this.
Nkalishi. Oh, okay. N-K.
Yes.
Yeah. Nkalishi.
Yes.
Mrs. Jamina Kalishi is the principal
Yes.
of what school?
From Ribaning High School.
Okay. Oh, high school.
Yes, Ribaning High School.
Okay. And for people who, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yes, in Lesotho.
And listen, that was my question. For people who don't have a clue where Lesotho is, please inform them.
Yes. Okay. Lesotho is in South Africa. Southern Africa. Yes. It is the mountainous. Yes. Closer to the yes. It is the mountainous kingdom because we have got so many mountains in Lesotho. It is very beautiful. Very beautiful.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yes. Yes. So you know it.
Yes, in 1997. Wow, that sounds so long ago.
Oh,
I had the pleasure of going to Johannesburg. If you've been there, you call it Joburg. And one of our trips was to Lesotho, and I was like, "Oh, okay." Yes. And I so enjoyed it immensely. It's like, let me tell you something, sisters. All of you. I was so mesmerized by the country, by the motherland. I wanted to come home and sell everything I had so I could go back and live there. Yes. That's how touched I was from visiting the motherland. And it's something that can't be explained. You have to be there. You know, you live there.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Yes. You have to be there to feel it.
Yes, because it's a feeling. You can talk about it all day long, but until you set your feet in that dirt on the motherland, it's a whole nother show. It's a whole nother show. And I'm going to stop talking so I can hear my sister talk because I'm just so excited to see you this morning. I can't think straight. Take it away, Naima.
Well, thank you for playing the commercial for HWPL. That's where we're at. We're at the 9th anniversary of the September 18th HWPL Global Peace Summit. And 9 years ago, leaders from all over the world gathered to strategize on how they could create world peace. So every year they have a summit to commemorate that time when all the leaders came together to create a strategy to take the concept of peace around the world. And the organization HWPL stands for Heavenly Culture, World Peace, Restoration of Light. Yes. And it was started by Chairman Man Hee Lee, who is a war veteran of the Korean War. And he was so horrified at the devastation of that war that he decided to work to change the world and create a world where there would be no more war. And so this is a monumental endeavor, and we're excited because we have seen people from all over the world who are committed to this idea. And one of the things that's very powerful is the new program that Chairman Man Hee Lee is instituting around the world in the field of education. It's called Peace Education, in which we teach young people the principles of peace, how to respect each other, how to respect their elders, how to respect the environment, and how to live a life that brings peace. And it's a concept, it's a program that has been shared in many countries around the world. So there are many educators here, heads of schools, people who are making significant decisions about education. they have gathered here. They've had a number of meetings to basically strategize on how to spread this throughout their countries and throughout their school systems so that it can be a way of life for children who are learning in these school systems, and they will create a world where people can live together in peace.
Yes. Harmoniously.
Yes.
Very simple.
So these sisters here who are principals of schools, they are part of the major piece of the puzzle in bringing peace education to their schools and incorporating it as a learning system and helping to shape the next generation of leaders who are going to change the way we operate, change the way we treat each other, so that we will have a society where there is respect for everyone. And that's what they've been doing all day. We've been in meetings. Of course, it's in the morning there, but it's late at night here. It's 9, after 9 o'clock, it's almost 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's 9:43, which, we are 14 hours ahead.
Wow.
And so we have had quite a full day. Yeah. But it's been very inspirational, and I'm grateful that we've had a chance to connect with Chicago and the world, because the world needs to know that this is happening and people are making a difference.
Yes. And that difference begins with each person. Each one teach one.
That is so. Yes.
If we wait on others, it will never happen.
Right.
So that's why we are putting our best foot forward to make it happen. Do they know? Do our sisters at the Peace Summit know about our podcasting class? Just curious.
Well, I have been mentioning it because we are teaching young people at the Betty Shabazz International Charter School the art of podcasting, because this is now international radio. You can talk to the world now, and so we're giving them the skills. We're every Wednesday at 2:00 in the afternoon. We go live with a podcast with our 7th and 8th grade students there, and they're very articulate and very enthusiastic, and they discuss things from their point of view. And they've talked about things like school bullying and should we even think of a different way of providing education so that rather than them competing with each other and causing conflict, what if they just helped each other so that everybody succeeded? And that really makes a lot of sense as well. So every Wednesday, we'll get an opportunity to let them express their thoughts, because we need to hear from them so that we understand how they think.
Yes.
And this Wednesday, there's a sister that I met that has agreed to get up at 4 a.m. so she can be live on our 2:00 podcast with our students.
Yeah, we are very grateful for her.
Yes.
2:00 in the morning. I'm in the REM zone, so I don't know. But that is wonderful. We are honored to be of service to this next generation, because they're the ones that's going to be here making their mark when we leave the planet, when we transcend.
Yes.
So
we may want to even get an understanding of what kind of experiences, because you all are both the high school principals, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things that what are some of the challenges that high school students in Lesotho have? We know that here in America, they worry a lot about violence, because America is a country where guns flow freely, which is so destructive, but it creates so much danger for young people. What are some of the things that the students have to worry about there?
Yes, can you share your story?
Oh, yes.
That's the fights. Okay, in Lesotho, the fact that we are teaching in rural areas, we have such learners who copy their elders. So we have the elders who fight over the traditional songs. That's the challenge. So these learners will want revenge if it happens that one's brother was killed by another's brother in schools. Yes, that one will feel like revenging. So that's the challenge that we have in our rural schools, because we have such traditional songs which lead people to be divided, because they have different groups. One group will be supporting one singer, and the other group will be supporting the other singer. The traditional songs, especially for the boys. So we have such groups. That is the challenge that we have in Lesotho schools, especially in rural areas. So we have to fight against that through peace education. So we have introduced this peace education in schools so that we can neutralize the situation, because the foundation is very important. You see, these fights are between the elders, but these learners will try to support their brothers and sisters so they'll join the fight. So we have to work very hard in schools through peace education and try to make them aware that the conflicts can be solved through dialogue, not through the fights like the elders were doing. So we're working very hard to try to neutralize the situation and to try to build the culture of peace, especially from the foundation in schools. That is what we are doing. That's the challenge that we have. The traditional songs in Lesotho create a very huge problem for us. Also, this issue of the numbers, what can we call it? The numbers.
Tattooing.
Yes, the tattooing and the gangsterism. Yes. We call it numbers in Lesotho. So we also have that challenge in schools because we have a group of maybe boys and girls who will be unique in that they will be engaged in criminal activities, and they're proud of that. They even put tattoos in them, just anyway, and they have a special dress code. So these young ones in schools will copy them, even not aware of what they mean. Yes, they think you are being stylish if you have a tattoo, not knowing what it means, because they have different meanings, those tattoos. So we have to work very hard in schools so that we train them about those tattoos and the numbers such groups have. So it's a bit troubling. Yes. So those are the challenges that we have in the school. Yes.
So this is rural, the rural schools and
urban schools too.
And urban schools
yes,
also.
Yes, this one of numbers.
So the numbers is kind of like a gang kind of thing.
Yes, gang kind of thing, and it affects them.
It affects
for learners that have engaged in such groups are very, very difficult to work with.
Yes.
They are not respecting elders. They are not controllable, and they are very violent.
Yes.
They can even stab teachers with knives. They are very dangerous. So it's a serious challenge in our country. In any way, in as much as we have introduced peace education in our schools, the government is also helping us. It's doing a lot through the armed forces in the country. The commander of soldiers, right, took it to their hands, and they have introduced a program in trying to bring peace in the country and scare children from all these violence. And then it's like we have a collective effort, not only schools control that for the peace of the country. So even soldiers are involved, police are involved, and so the whole country is putting hands together to relieve the country of these conflicts that may end up destroying everything in the country. So we are here because we came here to gather ideas from other countries, learn a lot, and then go back home to practice that. And how we can rescue our country from learners that are learning bad things out there while we are teaching good things in the school. Yeah. But they bringing all this to the school, and that disturbs them. So we have a lot of work to do in front of us. It is teaching the syllabus, yes, on this side, and on the other side, trying to sow the seed of peace so that save the world. Thank you.
Yes.
Powerful.
Save the world. I have a question, because we know, Zelda, that in America, one of the biggest issues we have are the broken families, the broken homes, and children who are growing up with maybe only one parent in the household. And sometimes there's poverty, and children might be homeless, if a parent gets put out of their home because they can't pay the rent. So a lot of these homeless youth are the ones that create disturbances. Like disrespectful, they're angry, they're violent. And we're trying to figure out how do we keep the families together, or how do we get other adults involved in their lives so that they can get proper guidance against the violence. So what are some of the reasons that did you think that young people, when you say they're imitating adult behavior, but what caused the adults to turn violent? Is it long-standing feuds between families? What is it?
We call it, in Lesotho we call it the issue of blankets. They fight about the blankets. We call them blankets. Wow. Yes. The cause of these fights in rural areas, like we said, is this Famu music. So these different groups have different blankets. Yes, one group will be putting on the yellow blanket, the other group will be putting on the black blanket, maybe. They are different. So I think the major cause is that. So if you support the yellow blanket, then you are a stranger or you are the enemy. Yes, so these learners, we've got many orphans from the fights of Panu music. So if this child saw his father being killed in front of her, yes, that child is going to have anger issues. So he will feel like revenging. And in our schools, we have such orphans. We have child-hated families. We have the needy learners just because their parents ran away from those funds. Yes, that is the challenge that we have in our schools. So the main reason is the fact that the parents were killed. So they want to avenge their parents' death. That is the major cause. And in our schools, we have such learners. They are full of anger. Yes. They want revenge most of the time. So we shall see with their attitudes, their behavior. Yes, they are rebellious. They are not controllable. Yes, we have such learners. Yes. Okay.
And you were going to add to that?
Yeah, no, I wanted to add the what you just mentioned, that they are revenging, and the result of this revenge hits the schools because they have become vulnerable due to raising themselves in some cases, and because of the killings of the parents and other members of the families. So we have many child-headed families. So they become victims in these actions. For they will be the first ones to be attracted by this Dikubo people. The blankets people. We call them Dikubo. Yes. Basotho are well known for wearing blankets. Yes. So they have taken the blankets that we honor to divide themselves. Those Sesotho singers, artists. You see, the artists are the ones that have. So the poor learners that we have are the most vulnerable because sometimes they are promised some cash to join the groups. Then they come out of the group, and as a result, they disturb the schools. They disturb their learning is disturbed because they're looking for money to help them get some. We so wish we could have maybe I don't know what funding for poor learners so that we take them out of these dangerous groups. But you know our country, you know the poverty level in our country is it's so bad that it affects us in schools badly. So peace education is the only way out that is going to help us out.
Yes, to provide evidence. In my school, I think 70% of the learners that we have are orphans.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yes. Some of them are just needy. Some of them are abandoned because of poverty, because the parents go to South Africa to work as the maids. So they leave the children alone in support of one another. So in such cases where there's no parent support, it means they are raising themselves. So as teachers, we have to work very hard to support such children. When we realize that they are not attending well, or maybe one of the learners has taken a very long time not coming to school, we have to make follow-ups. We have to ensure, because we're acting as parents, we are teachers and they're real parents. Yes, it becomes very difficult because we play all the roles and we're telling the truth. We have such learners who are raising themselves. And every child needs to be groomed. So in such cases where there's no parent, we have to think otherwise when we have to rebuke such a child. Yes, because we shall have to think twice. What is happening with this child? Do you have food at home? What happened yesterday? That is how we do it. And also try to find support from the social development so that maybe they can sponsor them, their studies. That is how we try to work. And we even involve all the stakeholders, because if there are cases, I also remember that I have a case of a grade 8 learner, 15 years old, who was left with the baby of 2 years, a 2 years baby. 2 years, yes. The parent went to South Africa. So we had to report the case to the police station because the child was abused. You see the challenge that we are facing in our schools. Yes. But this peace education helps us a lot because we are being trained. We are being trained by the NGOs, all the stakeholders. Yes, they usually give us training so that we know how to work with such learners. And we have also introduced it to our learners, this peace education, through HWPL. We have introduced it to our learners so that they feel a need to support one another. It is their responsibility. That is why they will report that so and so was there, did not come to school because yes, they support one another in schools.
Another thing, another thing that peace education has helped our learners with after we introduced it. They accept each other, they understand each other. They also show love by maybe sharing clothes, sharing toiletries. They share everything they have because they understand we are all poor. If I have let me give an example of toilet paper rolls, right? One has two, the other doesn't have, then they share. They use it together. We have a lot of experiences that we can share with you.
Wonderful. We want to hear those experiences. So
what I can say is that it's not easy to run such schools.
Not at all.
It's not easy.
Not at all.
Yes, it creates a great problem because we need finances to run the school.
Yes.
But sometimes we just decide to leave them alone, not paying school fees because there's nothing we can do. And we need finances to run the school. It becomes very difficult. But there's nothing we can do.
And that goes where?
That is why our schools are poor.
And that goes into our pockets.
Yes.
We sometimes have to take our children's money to run the schools in Lesotho. That is the problem we have.
Yes. And we got
in trying to help the poor ones.
Mm.
In trying to take them out of the groups that are dividing them. So we go an extra mile.
Wow. They're dedicated.
To
you can
save
tell.
the learners. To become better leaders of tomorrow.
Yes.
HWPL is doing a big work, a great job, honestly.
Yes. We have to take a commercial break, but when we come back, I want to talk about some of the sacrifices that women like this make, when you come out of your own pocket sometimes to help people and help the children who are struggling, the learners, those who are going through difficult times. And we have some of those same situations here in America where teachers sacrifice a lot, and sometimes they have to go the extra mile and be that parent that isn't there in the home.
I heard her say, wow, she didn't know that.
Yes. I'm sure teachers watching this going, oh, wow, they're doing that too. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in a few moments. And of course, for those who are listening and watching, we want you to call in 515-605-9325 and press 1. We've got 2 outstanding educators from Lesotho, South Africa, live here at the HWPL Global Peace Summit in South Korea.
And we'll be right back, so you stay close. Call somebody, text somebody, let them know that we're on. We've got sisters from Lesotho here.
Society in the next 50 years. 50 years from now, the earth will be populated by a new generation of adults, many of whom are yet unborn. Our mission is to nurture them in childhood with love, guidance, and protection, and to raise them in healthy, happy families. If we impart values of compassion, generosity, and respect for fellow human beings in the next generation of children, they will create a world where people can live together in peace. This is our goal. Be a part of the transformation. Get your copy of the book, The Female Solution. Go to www.naimalatif.com. That's www.naimalatif.com.
Are you constantly arguing with yourself? Are your children misbehaving and acting out? Is someone in your family abusing drugs? Have you been a victim of domestic violence? Are you grieving the loss of a loved one? Let us help you restore serenity to your life. At Serenity Family Social Services, we understand that good mental health is the result of emotional well-being. Our goal is to assist you and your family in removing emotional distress and restoring harmony and balance to your lives. We offer individual, couples, and family counseling. I'm Howard Williams, CEO of Serenity Family Social Services. Call today at 312-315-4820. That's 312-315-4820.
Do you worry about finances, family, health, job, relationships? Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck? If you answer yes to any of these questions, help is available. Don't worry, you're not alone. It's part of the human process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered the voices in your head. No hype, just down-to-earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice daily. It's really food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, reverse type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money. Take advantage of the deal of the day. Go to velvetspeaks.com or call 212-409-6619. Mention promo code The Female Solution and get free shipping. That's velvetspeaks.com or 312-409-6619. Stop worrying today. Visit velvetspeaks.com. Hi, I'm Dr. CJ of Aurora Health, where we combine orthopedic manual therapy and neuroscience to treat the whole person. Health tip for the day is keep it moving. Doesn't matter how, just keep it moving doing something you enjoy. Walking, dancing, rolling on the floor with your dogs or kids, really anything. The body craves movement to keep its bones, joints, and muscles happy. Even our mental health and internal organs and digestive system rely on our movement. Thanks for being a part of the Higher Learning Network on the Female Solution.
And thank you for joining us back here on the Female Solution. I'm your host, Zelda Speaks. Welcome to Monday Morning Mindfulness. And thank you for joining us on our Instagram page, hln.homeless.project. This is the project that we have adopted here in the States to help the homeless feed and clothe the homeless here at Tent City, which is the location where we go. And you will see here on the computer the address instagram.com hln.homeless.project. We thank you for sending in those donations. Please keep them coming because they always need food, and winter is coming here in Chicago, and it is not going to be a pretty picture. So you can send those Cash App donations to Cash App, Zelda Speaks to, or you can Zelle me. And you can also go to higherlearningnetwork.org to get more information there and how you too can be a participant in helping people not freeze to death here in the city of Chicago while we are broadcasting live from Seoul, Korea. And we have with us, coming back to the stage, is our very own executive producer, Naimah Latif, and live from Seoul, Korea. Thank you for joining us back here, Naimah. Where did our sisters go?
Oh, they're right here.
Oh, okay. It's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's just different how in different countries that we call things like in London, I know they call French fries chips. Well, in Lesotho, they call jackets blankets. Wow, what a learning experience. Thank you for sharing that.
I'm glad you clarified that, because in my mind, I was thinking blankets. So we're talking about jackets.
Yes.
I'm glad you said something. Now I know.
Yeah. I'm like, why do they walk around with blankets on? I said, well, if they don't have jackets, blankets will do, right?
But you remember a few years ago, we were having a battle, I guess, with those two gangs, the Crips and the Bloods, and they were talking about the jackets and all of that. So we had that same kind of issue where people were fighting over what colors you wear and killing each other over the colors.
Yes.
What is that?
So it's the same issue.
Yeah, we had the same issue. And young people, killing themselves over
blankets.
Over blankets.
Blankets.
Yellow blankets
and you don't even own the design, the manufacturer. You possess none of that. So why are you fighting over something that you don't even possess? You can't control it.
I know. I think here the colors was it red versus black or something like that. If you had on red, then you were one gang. If you had on black, you were the other. And then insane. So tell us some of the challenges that you all have dealt with, especially with young people who you've taught peace education. How then do they come out of that behavior if it's still all around them, with some of their friends still misbehaving, maybe parents still absent or violent? How do you help the children transform themselves in spite of that?
That is basically what we are doing with this peace education. We are trying to make them do some dramas. When they dramatize something, that's the best way of learning. I see, I remember. You remember that concept? Yeah. I see, I remember. Yeah. So in watching the dramas that others are doing, portraying bad things and how to get out of such bad activities, then that's how they become slowly transforming from being bad learners to good. But you can see how taxing this is to us.
Yes.
Because we have to go, like we said, an extra mile. We have to go take our monies in trying maybe to appease them so that they understand what we want them to to do that will be best for their future. That's one thing I can share. May will add on that when then we'll.
Yes. So using, I guess, theater, the arts, drama,
yes,
plays,
motivational speakers.
That's good. That's
okay. Another strategy that we use is that in our schools we have the different portfolios. So we have the learners who will be responsible for peace and prosperity. Yes, some learners will be in the portfolio of education, others portfolio of finance, and other portfolios. So they take responsibility. You may find that a learner who is in charge of peace and prosperity is very careful. When he realizes that there are some conflicts between some learners, he acts quickly because he's working with the teachers and the administration. That is how we do it. The Minister of Finance, maybe he realizes that so and so is in need of something, because you may find that sometimes their uniforms are torn. So such a learner who is responsible in that portfolio of finance will come to the teachers, and then the teachers sometimes will raise funds and buy a pair of trousers for such a learner. Sometimes you may find that such learners who are vulnerable are the brilliant learners, in that we even sometimes take them to the competitions. They represent the school. So it is a kind of motivation, because we make sure that we contribute for that learner to take her to the competition in order to motivate that learner. So that way we become successful. That is how we support them from our pockets. In schools, we also have teachers who are responsible for maybe the welfare of the learners. So if one learner realizes that such a student has a problem with something, yes, that learner will tell the teacher, and the teacher will will contact the learner and try to provide assistance accordingly.
Let me share my experience.
That is how we do it.
Oh, yes.
I remember one learner who is very brilliant, the one that we took to the competition, two weeks back. That learner was even ashamed to tell us that he doesn't have a pair of trousers, but he had to go with others keeping proper uniform. So I had to go deeper with that learner and interviewed him intelligently, because they are not able to disclose, especially the boys. So I had to take him secretly and then discuss some issues in a way that he couldn't realize that I was interviewing him. So we had to pay for him for that trip, to the competitions. We also bought the new pair of trousers, and he was very excited. He managed to attend the competition. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah. I just wanted to share the experience in my school regarding what she has just told us. Every end of the year in my school, the last grade in Lesotho is grade 11 learners. Those that are now leaving high school or secondary education to tertiary. We started a project after the introduction of peace education in our school, whereby every learner leaves a school uniform for the poor ones in the next year. So that has changed the mood. That has even made our learners understand that we have to give.
Love.
The issue of love, the principle of love and care. So they are giving their uniforms to the teacher responsible for social welfare, for the welfare of the learners. And then in the beginning of the year, or during the course of the time of their learning, when one is short of a shirt, a trouser, or a pair of shoes, we go straight to the office and then get such items. We also had the same many cases with learners that are brilliant but that cannot afford to do anything. We had a case of a learner who was so good in writing English compositions, essays, and so that. And then he developed research skills. That learner entered the SADC, Southern African countries competitions, ESA competitions on different topics, right? He was writing on something in relation to environment. That learner won for the country, position 1 in the country, and for the country position 3 in the region.
Wow.
And he got himself a poor learner that we had to collect bits and pieces to make him a presentable learner.
Wow.
He managed to win himself $500.
Wow.
US dollars. And that started changing his life. You know what he did? Because we have instilled in them love, sharing, caring, and all that. He offered $100 to the poor learners group. We have different groups in my school. Yes. We even have a group of learners with disability. Yes. We have girls with health problems. We have girls with serious health problems, and then other groups. He offered $100 to one of the groups.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It is.
We have challenges, but at the same time, we are giving you solutions to the challenges that we have.
Teach love. That's the solution.
Teach love.
And that's such a difference between students that will make fun of someone because they don't have proper clothes. Because that's what young people have learned how to do. They learn how to ridicule someone and make them feel bad. But what if they learned how to share? What if they learn how to help someone, or if they have extra clothes they can give or money to give? What if they learn that instead of looking down on someone? So that's what peace education is all about. Teaching love, teaching sharing.
Yes.
Teaching that your fellow classmate is your brother or sister.
Valuing others.
Yes.
Hey.
So Zelda, do you think that's something that we can introduce to the school system in America? Certainly in Chicago, we've had major problems with young people. There's a lot of homeless young people. And like with the young man, they don't tell you that they are homeless.
No.
They know how to hide it. They might sleep on a friend's couch for a while, or sleep outside, even find places where they can shower or change clothes. Well, they don't really have clothes to change sometimes. That's why they get made fun of. But we have a lot of those same issues, and we have to be able to teach young people not to laugh at someone who is struggling.
Who has problems.
So what are some of the things that you say to young people as part of that peace education, which helps to sensitize them so that they don't make fun of someone who doesn't have money and their clothes are raggedy, or maybe sometimes they can't, clean themselves and have good hygiene because they don't have a good place to stay? How do you teach other children to be sensitive to them and not laugh at them?
Okay. We have in our schools a life skill education. Yes, we have life skill, and it's from the life skill classes that we have incorporated peace education, and then in the life skill classes or lessons, that is where they learn how to approach others whenever they have problems, so that you do not embarrass another learner. Instead, if a student finds it hard to approach the learner straight, they go to the teachers. Madam, please, we are aware of this and this and that. And then can we help so and so? That is how we do it in our schools. Life is helping us a lot. It's helping us a lot. Life skills education.
Zelda, do we have anything like that in our schools? Life skills where they're taught, ethical principles, things like how to handle situations.
It's life skills based sexual education. So it goes into it's a curriculum that goes it's a not a syllabi that goes deep into how learners have to conduct themselves. Yes. So it goes against drug abuse. It goes against ill health, unhealthy relations. Let me put it that way. It goes with how best one can behave for the good of one's life. So in that way, they learn in different ways how to deal with different situations. So that is why it's not easy for them to approach each other whenever there's something bad. Okay? Yes. In one school, if I may share this, learners realize there's a group of boys and girls that are engaged in drugs. They would go to classes for the first 4 periods of the normal timetable, and then after the break, once break comes, they no longer go back to classes. They are hiding in the caves doing their drugs. And the students themselves decided to take it in their hands and said, no, we are not going to report this to the principal. We'll take these people to the principal. We'll drive them there. We'll just push them and go tell the principal. These ones always miss after break lessons. They go to do their daha and what. Then we have brought them. They approach the learners. They try to talk to them. Hey, advise them to stop doing this. When they couldn't do it, then they do it rough. They did it roughly. It was rough in that school. And the teachers and the principal were like happy that the learners themselves took it to their hands. Yes, they took their responsibility to stop drug abuse in their schools. So these are some of the experiences that powerful
to have the young themselves approach their own peers, their own friends, talk them changing their behavior.
Yes, that's who they're going to listen to, not us.
That's right.
It is because we have introduced peaceful school model in Lesotho. So our schools are in that program. That is where we have portfolios. We treat the learners like ministers. Yes. There's a minister of food and sovereignty. There's a minister of agriculture. There's minister of peace. There's minister of education. All these learners are the ones that are like the right hands of the teachers.
You give them the position.
Yes, we give them positions, and then they are recognized, but they have limits. They have limits. They know they don't have to cross certain lines.
Right. The adults are
they are still learners, not teachers.
We are instilling responsibility
through those portfolios.
So how did you select certain students for certain
They don't campaign. They campaign for the positions. Yes. So we have the elections. Yes. We follow the procedures that are followed by the country. When we choose the parliamentaries. That is exactly what we do. So we teach them responsibility that way. That is why I said the Minister of Peace will consult us and tell us that teachers so and so has a problem with this. The Minister of Finance is responsible for the finances. Like that, we are teaching them responsibility from the lower level. That is how we do it. Yes, we have different portfolios in schools. That is why they are responsible.
So what if we, Zelda, propose that method, giving young people the responsibility, just like government officials have, you are elected to be responsible for what happens in your school, and you're responsible for this area, you're responsible for that area, and have them just like she said, just like they said, have an election where you run for a position that you think you're good at.
Yes.
And so they learn how to be responsible. They learn how to manage a community, because that's what leadership is.
Yes.
So I think that's a brilliant idea. What do you think?
Yes.
Because I don't think, I'm not 100% sure, but I've never heard it being taught in a public school.
No, not where you make them responsible for actual real life things.
Right.
And that's what's missing, is them feeling. Yes, we got a copy from you. We're borrowing from your intelligence.
Yes, we need that. We need it sorely, because I mean, it doesn't matter if you're on this side of the planet or that side of the planet. The issues are still the same.
Same.
And we're the ones that's in control of it. We just don't know it. So I think the sisters here, they know it. That's why everybody is convening at this peace conference. So thank you for having the insight and the intelligence to do this kind of work, because it takes courage and it takes commitment. And you've got that. So I salute you, my sisters.
Yes.
My Lesotho sisters.
Yes.
You see, I'm trying to mimic your accent, right? I know it's not.
All this we need to take after the break.
Yeah, and for those who are on the switchboard, if you're watching online, you want to comment, you can do that by posting your comments on our YouTube channel on Higher Learning TV Show, and on our Facebook channel, Higher Learning TV Show. One of the things that really stands out for me during this HWPL conference is that you get a chance to experience cultures that you may not get a chance to experience here or anywhere else, because it's a community, it's a collective. And with that being said, it is time for us to collect our consciousness so that we can take our last break of the day, and we'll be right back. And you stay close for more of the HWPL Global Peace Summit taking place in Seoul, Korea, with my sisters. I'm going to try and pronounce this name now. Work with me here. On the left is Mrs. Jamina in Kalache.
Yes.
All right. From Ribbon, I can't read my own handwriting. The name of the high school again is Ribbon. Can't understand my own handwriting. Okay. And the sister on the right, sister principal, is No Angelina Debashe.
Yes.
Because I got my Lesotho hat on, it helps me. You know. Stay close. We're going to take our last break. We'll be right back.
Executive producer of the Female Solution Global Radio TV Show. We are a part of the online network of Associated Internet Radio hosts. On Air. On Air empowers you with transformative news and interactive radio TV shows. To be alive and to see our human family coming together as one community as a result of that powerful tool, the internet. We can now talk directly to each other all over the world.
Is this my cut?
There's no need for conflict or misunderstanding. There's no need for violence to solve our differences. We can talk to each other face to face until we reach an agreement. On Air offers a fantastic global guide to communicators from all over the world who are using their internet platform to inspire us to strive to be our best selves in order to become the kind, compassionate, loving people we were all born to be. Once we do that, we'll see planet Earth transform into a place of peace. Subscribe to the recommended YouTube channel, Facebook pages, and podcasts created by these Voices of Enlightenment.
What happened?
On Air provides daily news briefs and a weekly magazine, taking you abreast of events and opportunities. On air news affiliates in television, radio, and print. Share information, insight, and global personality. Go to onaireverywhere.com. Daily news of uplifting news. We're on air everywhere, online all the time.
Find it.
Are
we back? Yes.
Family,
He's back.
job, relationships. Are you in pain? Do you feel stuck?
Hard that you
What you think to yes to any of these questions?
No. When you
You're not alone. It's part of the healing process. You only feel this way because you haven't mastered within your head.
And then
All right, so it's on earth, solid, workable tools and techniques that you can practice. But you're the food for the soul. Whether you want to learn how not to worry about anything, whether type 2 diabetes, publish a book, promote your product or service, or just make extra money.
oh my goodness.
Speaks.com or call 212-489-6669. Use the promo code, the female solution, and
Was one of these
island. Stop worrying today. Visit zelda.com.
Grand Rising, and we are back with the last final half hour of the HWPL Global Peace Summit taking place live in Seoul, Korea, with our executive producer of the Female Solution and producer of the On Air Everywhere Network.com. So you be sure and check that out, and I will pull that up there for you. And just a moment here. And Naimah, maybe you can tell us a little bit for those who may have just joined us, exactly what is the HWPL Peace Summit? I mean, it says it, but.
Oh, HWPL.
Hello? Yes, isn't that?
HWPL stands for Heavenly Culture, World Peace, Restoration of Light. And it is a global peace organization founded by Chairman Man Hee-lee, who is a veteran of the Korean War, and I believe that was in the 1950s. He's now 93 years old.
Wow.
He started this organization in 2013, I believe. He started gathering religious leaders. First, the foundation was that if all of the people of faith have some type of a foundation where they believe in a higher being, and they believe in some aspect that love is a reflection of the divine energy of creation. Somewhere in their teachings, whatever it is, they do have that foundation. So his reasoning is that if we can start with where we have a common belief, and if the religious leaders, if the spiritual leaders can come together and have dialogues about their commonalities, maybe they can help the rest of the world actually live according to those higher spiritual principles. Yes. And so I believe it was 2014, he gathered the religious leaders together, and it was called the World Alliance of Religions for Peace. And they created various documents that they wanted to turn into policies that all the nations of the world would agree to follow. And he gathered the legal experts around the world, and they created a document called the Declaration of Peace, Cessation of War, the DCPW. I always get the initial wrong. DPCW, Declaration of Peace, Cessation of War, which he has been traveling to countries around the world, meeting with leaders, talking to the United Nations, trying to get the policy of correct treatment of our fellow beings as part of the law, international law that we can all agree to. And some of those principles that are outlined in the document would really address a lot of the issues that we're facing. Certain things like making sure that we are fair to our neighbors that need things, rather than withholding resources. If you know that your neighbor needs water, if you know that they need food, if you know that they are struggling with the absence of things and you have an abundance, then you share, and you don't go and take from your neighbor something that is theirs. You talk about it, you peacefully agree to share, as opposed to military conquest going to take other people's things. So he had this document created, and the idea is that if all of the leaders in the world, if all of the governments can agree to some basic principles of compassion for each other, of sharing of resources, of putting away weapons and armaments, and turning, as the Bible says, turn our spears into plowshares and pruning hooks, farming equipment. So instead of us making money from death, we should be making money to enhance life. And so every year since that time, they've celebrated the anniversary of that beginning of declaring world peace and working toward world peace. And he's created various branches of the organization. There's the Women's Peace Group. What is it? The YWPG, the Youth Peace Group. And basically, with each group, they have their own aspect of promoting peace. And then, there we are. Okay, the mountain.
We saw the mountain.
Wow.
The one that symbolizes smoke oil. Yes.
That's what the hat represents. And something else. Okay.
The castle dam. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. She has brought Lesotho here. Wow, they have brought Lesotho in Seoul. Yes. This represents the sacred mountain.
That's what that's what the hat represents.
Yes, that's what the mountain there.
Did you know that?
No, I did not. I missed that. Can you repeat that?
Yes.
The sacred mountain. That's what the hat represents. That's why it's shaped that way. So you thought it was a cute hat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, the hats.
Yeah.
Also,
Wow.
the hat also represents the hats.
Ooh.
Yes.
Let me tell you about
Yes.
I stayed in a hut in South Africa, and at the time I was diabetic and didn't know it, so I always had to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Living in a hut, I did not know that it did not have heat because it was my first experience in South Africa. So I'm getting up at 2:00 in the morning, and I'm thinking there's a bathroom in the room that I am. No, baby, the bathroom is out the door, down the hall, down the way. So that kind of threw me for a loop, because America makes you lazy. It makes you, you're used to convenience. There was no convenience at 2:00 in the morning. You got to tiptoe out there in the cold and grab you a blanket, a real blanket, and put it on so that you can go and use the what they call it, the latrine. Use the latrine, and then get back in my room with. Did it have a heater? I don't remember. I just know I was cold. But
you were living next to nature, weren't you?
Yeah, I was all up in nature, and I was loving it. I was cold, but I was loving it. So
Yes.
All right.
It's an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stayed in the bush because my host asked me if I wanted to stay at a hotel or if I wanted to stay with the locals. I said, I want to stay with the locals because I want to see how they live. So I had one night and I was good to go. I went back to the hotel the next day. But I did have the experience, and I appreciated it because not everybody has the luxury of heat and a toilet in the same room.
And we love you for that. You
And
know who
real sister.
you know you're a real sister now.
Yeah, I'm a real sister, all right. Yeah, because I was real cold and real what's the word I'm looking for? Not angry, but not disappointed, but a little agitated. But I got over it. I got over it because I lived on a farm in the South, and we didn't have a bathroom there either. So it was nothing new. But it's an experience that every person on this planet, not black, white, green, Chinese, none of that. Every person who has breath in their body needs to visit the motherland.
Yes.
Because my sisters, I'm coming one day. I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know how. I just know that it will happen. And I'm okay.
Yes. Wonderful.
And I look forward to it because it's a life-changing experience. You see things differently because the first time I got to Joburg and I saw a lady with the baby on her back, and I'm thinking to myself, excuse me, this is the American mindset. I'm gonna give myself, oh, poor thing, she's so poor. She has to carry a baby on her back. But little did I know, not having birthed children, that there's a connection with that baby on your back as you're going about taking care of the business of the day.
Yes.
And the fact that she was not dressed American style, she had on her cultural clothing, whatever that was. I don't remember the colors. And the thought occurred to myself in one ear, oh, you poor thing. And then the other thought occurred in the other ear and says, well, at least she knows what tribe she's from.
Yeah.
This is the conversation going on in my head. At least she know where she's from. You don't have a clue. You're in America, in a place that does not respect you or honor you as a female or as a human being, period. So I felt at home. I'm telling you, I want to sell everything I had and move there, but I had a job and I had a career and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, okay, so I'll just save my money and then I'll go back.
Yes.
And I went back. I went to East Africa, Kenya, but I've never been to West Africa. So everybody's telling me you got to go to West Africa. I want to go where my sisters know me. That's where I want to go.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Come on back to us.
So what is the name of the town that you live in Lesotho?
Okay. We are from different towns.
Oh, okay.
I am from Mohalishoek. One goes towards the end of the country. When you look at the map, towards the southern part of the country.
Okay, I am going.
Mohalishoek. We have in Murifi this point, the highest, lowest point. Oh. Yes, the confluence is in Murifi. That is the highest, lowest point in Southern Africa. That's where I come from.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm pulling it up here on the map.
Oh.
Yes, pull it.
Ah.
Yes. I went to Durban too. I see Durban is way over there. Oh wow.
Yes, pull Lesotho so we can identify where we
okay, there's Lesotho.
Go. Mm-hmm. There's Kuting. You can see that one. Kuting, right?
Yeah, that was something I learned too. How they speak with the tongue.
Yeah.
That they were a lot of saying a lot of.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is A2 on the map. Can you see where A2 is?
Right here, Roma.
Go down. Yes.
Go down.
Yes. A2. There's this A2.
This is
Just
A2.
above Kuting.
Right here.
Up. No, yeah, that's Kuting, ne? Yeah, that's my hometown. And then go a bit up. No, down. Come down to Kuting. There's A2 above Kuting. A2. Is that A2? There's Zastron. Yes. Can you see Zastron?
Zastron begins with the letter Z right here. No.
Zastron is outside the country. I'm not sure if it's left to her or
Yes.
yes. Putting the stack straight on
Right
the
here?
on the side. Stack straight. Can you see stack straight? Putting go up, go a bit up, go a bit up. No, not far from Kuti.
Oh, right, like here?
Yeah. No. Go
No.
up, go slowly so that I show you. That is stack up. Yes, click there. Click,
Right here?
click, yes. That is Mohale's hook.
Oh, Mohale's hook. Okay.
And if you could track towards the border, then you will see Morifi. Track towards the border. Closer to, yes. Like you're going to stack straight. No. Yes. You see stack straight?
Spell that. Oh, yeah. I see it right here.
Yes. Yeah. Closer to that when you get into the country. That will be, so somewhere there you will see Morifi. Yes. The highest, lowest point there.
Okay.
Yes. And then Mafeting. That is where she stays. Mafeting is near Van Rooyen's Vepna. You can see the border gate, Vepna. Up, go up.
Oops.
No, you're down here. Up. Towards the tail. Go and then can you see Vepna? Vepna.
Yes,
Yes, at the corner, at the pin of the country, the tail
right
of the
here?
country. Then up, go up. No, that is Marcel. Go, come down a bit.
Mafeting is in between
Mohale's and Maseru.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you could get Vepna, yes, there was Vepna sometime, and then Mafeting is around that area.
So are both of those rural areas?
Yeah, no, we have towns and foothills and rural areas. So, like we have this 4 regions in Lesotho. So our schools are in the rural areas of the districts. Yes.
Okay.
I see.
Which one is that? Oh, this one is Stexprate.
So how do your students, how do they get to the school? Do they walk or is it public transportation?
Yes, they walk. Ours walk to school.
Yes.
How many miles?
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So many kilometers from schools. Others travel 12 kilometers.
Wow.
Yes, to school.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, so they give a whole new meaning to, let me tell you about the time when I was a kid, I had to walk to school, huh?
Right. You walk to school, it might have been a mile.
Right. And they might be walking 2-3 miles. How is the water in the area? Because we always see videos of where people are coming over and making water wells for the urban areas. How's the water in that area?
No, we are struggling with water, honestly. We are struggling. We depend on tank water. If the rain doesn't fall, that is a problem for me in my school.
Okay.
We had this a borehole, but it's no longer giving us enough water. So we are really depending on tank water.
Okay, in my school we have no problem with that.
Wow, we
have no problem with water.
Really?
Remember, my school is in the mountains.
So
yes,
mountains.
we have no problem with water.
Yeah, you can ours is a different case.
Yes.
The water has a different taste than the mountains?
Really?
Yes.
So what about plumbing and things like that in the infrastructure? What are some of the things?
Okay, we only have the classrooms. We don't have the staff room. We don't have the office. We only have classrooms, and some of the classrooms are used as the office and the staff rooms. That's the only problem that we have. Yes.
Can you repeat what she said, Naimah?
Well, she was saying when the schools, some of the classrooms have to also be used as offices as well. So with having enough space for everything, that might be a challenge that they have.
But in the case of water, we have plenty of.
And fresh
Yes,
water.
we have no problem. And fresh water for that
That's
matter.
good.
Yes.
That's
When my school is different,
Yes.
the place is dry. We have the big river, the Mahalen River around, but we are far away from the water sources.
So it's tank
the
water.
groundwater sources, tank water, and sometimes it gives us problems. Sometimes learners get sick from the water.
Like lead poisoning or
Yes.
something. Well, because I don't know what the tanks made out of. Are they made out of
There's also
aluminum
tanks.
or something?
There's hard plastic tanks. Yes.
Jojo tanks.
Yeah. They are like the hard plastic. I don't know.
The plastic
I don't know
tanks.
how
So it might not be the most.
They're not clean. They are not perfect.
Yeah, those things matter.
Yes.
Now we only have. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Did you say something?
No, unclean water matters for the peace of the learners because they become sick and then they do not come to classes. That affects their learning.
Right. You know when you have internal problems because of sickness, you can't really concentrate on anything.
Yes.
Right. You can't concentrate.
Right.
So how long is the summit going on, Naimah?
Until Thursday. So we'll be here until Thursday. So Wednesday, on my Wednesday show, I'll be talking to a gentleman from Senegal. Wow. He's a journalist. And we were in a session earlier today talking about how we can all use our media sources to change the way news is reported. Like we've been talking about all the time. Why don't we use more positive news? Why don't we share the good stories about each other? So we're forming a global network of journalists who are committed to that. And when they'll send us their good news stories, we'll send them our good news stories. So instead of everybody hearing about the crime and the violence that everybody's doing and making everybody afraid of everybody, we'll show how people are doing good deeds, like these sisters doing the work in the schools and helping students to learn how to help each other. Those kinds of things, so that people have hope as opposed to fear.
Yes.
Right.
We'll be on talking about that on my show on Wednesday, and he'll be sitting here at 9:00 at night.
Well, it's 4:00 in the morning. You'll get used to it. You'll be okay. Then you'll come back home and then you want to sleep a day because you got jet lag.
Right. Yes. It's been a challenge, but I'm really excited because, like you said, we're meeting people from all over the world. Yes. And I was surprised when I first came to my first Peace Conference. I think it was back in 2017. I was shocked that the rest of the world doesn't know this is going on. Well, at least America doesn't know this is going on. And
America knows, having worked in the media, we know that America knows. It's just that the platforms, the news channels that they use to disseminate this information, it's not on there because they don't want peace. They want war because there's money in war.
Oh, wow.
That's it. Yes.
Deborah Smith, our every third Saturday host, says, Grand Rising Sisters, thank you so much for all your sharing. Let's continue to learn love and peace. Yes, my sister. Thank you, Deborah.
That's the goal. Yes.
Deborah is one of our hosts here on the Female Solution, and she donates regularly to our homeless project.
Wow.
Where we have I think I talked about it, did I not, Naimah?
Yes, you mentioned the homeless project because you had the commercial on that, and I mean, these are the things that we want to want to help young people empathize with others, like you all are doing, showing them how they can help each other. And that's really what will make a difference.
Oh, let's get a call before we get out of here. 312-882. You are live on the Female Solution. Grand Rising. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Unmute yourself. 312.
Grand Rising. Assalamu alaikum.
Grand Rising.
This is Minister Clump from Chicago, Illinois. I just wanted to Naimah them to know that we have officially launched the Millionaire Mile in Chicago, and that is something that is a need, and we continue to promote peace, love, unity, marketing people, and that's the latest and the greatest as the Harold Washington Foundation presents. Everybody
thank you so much.
Peace, definitely.
And everybody can help save the children.
Amen. Because the children are what needs saving. We got about 2 minutes here. We got to play the ending. You want to give us some contact information, Naimah?
Well, of course, just continue to listen in. Go to the Female Solution, www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. And of course, follow all our hosts on Facebook and their YouTube channels, and the Female Solution Facebook and YouTube channel. And we're going to be posting our news stories at www.onaireverywhere.com. So look out for it. We did some great interviews. Had an interview with a French journalist, short piece, but we want to let you all know we are speaking to people all around the world because we are one global family. And that's the saying here. We are one.
We are one. Frankie Beverly Mays said it best. We are one. And you are the one that I'm grateful for this morning. And I want to keep you updated on all of the information that we shared here today and more. So you can always go to my blog, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. I know I talk a little, and I'll say it again, zeldaspeaks.wordpress.com. And you'll see information for today's show. And there are my sisters on the page right there. Yes, they are. As we do our final closing, as we say goodbye.
Bye.
Don't go anywhere yet.
Gracias. Say thank you in 16 different languages. All of our
Nigeria.
Eshe.
Africa.
Niabonga.
Realebuha.
Pakistan. Shukriya. Afghanistan. Tashakkur. Saudi Arabia. Shukran.
Shukran.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you. And may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
Bye, my sisters. Hope you soon. Thank you so very much for being here with us on Monday Morning Mindfulness. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning with Jody Susan Self-Care from 7 until 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we will see you, Naimah, on Wednesday. And I leave you with the Female Solution Roundup for the show for this week. Thank you so much. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next edition of the Female Solution Radio TV show. And thank you so much for sharing this with somebody, because everybody needs to know it. Thank you so much. Make it a great day. And thanks for sharing.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naimah Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Wellbeing with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution. The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Self-Cell Care with Jody Susan. Wednesdays, Repairing Broken Families with Naimah Latif and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Soulful Solutions with Dr. Debbie Green. And Fridays, Health and Well-Being with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Success Strategies with Jana. Second Saturday, Wendy Williams Esquire on relationships. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. And fourth Saturday, Wisdom with Mama D. Join us Sundays, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Call in and comment 515-605-9325. Press 1 to speak to the host and be a part of the solution.